Hello, this is Gary Hart, and I'm demanding that you listen to InYourHeadOnline.com, or I'll send a kabuki to your house and blow your ass green.
All right, we are back, and we're joined by Playboy Buddy Rose. Welcome to In Your Head.
How you doing, guys?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
I'm doing great, too. I'm on the West Coast. Where are you guys at?
I'm on Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother, right up there, is it a little northwest of Boston?
Actually, it's would be south of Boston. It's
South of Boston, off the 95?
You know that little cape? It's a little like the little arm on the Massachusetts.
Well, that's kind of funny because I'm eating cod tonight.
Ah, excellent.
They're making about a couple pounds of cod. I love cod.
Cool. And
I'm going to eat up the city, and I'm going to have it in real life, and we're going to have a nice talk here on the internet on your show here about a lot of things, whatever you want to talk about.
all right. And Inchman, tell them where you're from.
Oh, I'm in West Virginia. I don't think we have any fine dishes here except for, like, maybe roadkill.
West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Huntington.
That's Huntington, West Virginia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was there one time for the WWF, so I do know you exist. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Well, WWF, they used to have the Cape Cod Coliseum. Well, Vince McMahon used to have it.
Right.
So right now, what used to be Cape Cod Coliseum, now it's a warehouse for the Christmas tree show.
Okay.
Who is this?
Hey, it's Jason.
Oh, you're on air with Playboy Buddy Rose. You have a question?
That I do.
Jason, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
How
are you doing?
You got a question? Where do you live?
Where do I live? I live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so you're across the country from me.
That I am. If you don't mind, I have two questions now that I just thought of one of them.
Go ahead.
My first question was, what was it like to legitimately give up your car to Piper when you lost your yellow canary, as he calls it, to him in a match?
Oh, okay. Great question. It's funny you even know about that. But thank God to the internet, everybody can bring back the memories. He bought my car from me for $5,000. Because,
Okay.
we all know it's sports entertainment now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But he bought my car from me, and I sold it to him for $5,000.
Very cool. And
that's how that worked. But nobody knew that. The only way he could buy it from me is we had to put it up for the hair match so the people would think he won it.
Right.
But because back in those days we didn't expose the business.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You got another question there, Jason?
Yeah. Right.
yeah. I was curious what it was like to come back and work XPW in the early 2000s.
What was that like?
Yeah.
It was all right. They were doing ridiculous things, but they paid me very good. They gave me a first-class ticket and my guarantee that I asked for. But, yeah, they were going off the charts. I was managing Steve Rosano, but I have to say that a lot of the things they were doing were taking a toll on these kids' bodies. And basically the guy that ran the promotion was a porn star. He owned a porn company, one of the biggest ones in the country.
Mm-hmm. Rob Black.
Rob Black, yeah. And he was a big mark to wrestling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he grew up watching me wrestle. He grew up on the East Coast, I think in the New York area or Boston area or Rochester, New York or Syracuse, somewhere back east as a kid. And then he went out to L.A. and opened up a porn business, and then he got into the wrestling business.
Do you think he got a bad name right away just because it was associated with him?
That I got a bad name?
No, the company itself. That's some people wouldn't some people wouldn't respect it, I guess.
Well, XPW's not even around anymore, is it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He made a little niche in wrestling. He got his little niche. He got a little scratch. He had an itch. He scratched it, and basically the itch went away, and he went away. And he's very well off from the porn business, and so that's for what it's worth. If you want to know about it, I'm doing my own book right now, and I'll talk about those days with working for Rob Black. And basically, no, he was more for wrestling was a hobby, and the porn business was a serious business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jason?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm glad to see that Larry Sweeney's living out the legacy.
Okay, who's Larry Sweeney?
Oh.
Oh, we had Larry Sweeney on. He mentions you quite a bit.
Who's Larry Sweeney?
Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. He's an independent wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the man.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh,
All right.
I apologize then.
When you're talking about you didn't expose the business back then, was it hard when people started to really when wrestling really became open and there was like no more kayfabe? Was it hard like adjusting to that?
After Vince McMahon made the big announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why he did that, don't you?
Well, yeah, mostly to save on so the wrestling would be regulated.
No, so he could get rid of the regulations and the commissions, because he said, I'm sports entertainment, I'm not a real sport, so he didn't want to have to pay the 6%.
Right.
To the states that regulate it. Like Oregon and Washington take 6% when he comes out here of the gate, right off the top.
I mean, was it hard, though, to, was it hard for you and, like, the other wrestlers to, when fans started to know what that wrestling was sports entertainment?
Yes and no, because basically, no matter even if they're smart, everybody, like, there's a bunch of wrestling boards, everybody's basically a fan that thinks they're smart until they've done it. Like, I listened to your interview with Nick Bockwinkel. He said to you guys, I'll give you a free body slam. In fact, I'll give you 50% off, and I'll just slam you from 3 feet instead of 6 feet, and then tell me if you think it's real or not. Until you've done it, you don't know what it's like. And I'm 54 years old. I'm diabetic now. My numbers are perfect, though. I've been diabetic for 9 years, and I have perfect blood pressure. Everything's good. I lived through the storm of all the wrestlers that we lost. God bless their souls. But I got to say that no matter what wrestler says, was that real blood or did you cut yourself? I go, here's a knife or here's a razor blade, cut yourself. And they go, no, I won't do it. So until they've done it and they've lived it and done it 7 nights a week and went through the training camp that I went through with Verne Gagne and Billy Robinson, the same as Ric Flair, Greg Gagne, Jim Brunzell, the Iron Sheik, all of us, Sergeant Slaughter, we all went through the toughest wrestling camp in the world. Until you paid your dues and really done that, nobody's going to respect what you did. And that's how I was taught in Minnesota. The AWA was a wrestling territory, and you had to learn how to wrestle. If you didn't know how to wrestle, you didn't get in.
Do you use some of the stuff that you learned, like from Verne Gagne in his wrestling school and your wrestling school?
Yeah, I teach stuff that we learned a lot. Yes, I do. But we do not beat the hell out of the kids like we got the hell beaten out of us, because if we did, we wouldn't have any students.
Right. I guess nowadays there'd be a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah, because there was 100 students the first day at my school with Sergeant Slaughter and Chris Taylor and myself. Right?
Right.
97 of them quit the first day after Verne Gagne beat the hell out of about 10 of them.
Right. Did it get easier at all after that? Do you think it was to weed out the people, or was it pretty much that way the whole time?
It was hard all the way through. Verne Gagne and Billy Robinson beat that. We did 500 squats, 500 sit-ups, 500 push-ups, and then we had to wrestle amateur for about an hour, and then we had to run up and down hills, tumble up and down hills, carry each other on each other's shoulders up and down hills. It was like going in the Navy SEAL team.
We get a caller here. Who is this? Oh, sorry, man.
Hey, it's Chris the Christer.
Oh, we got Chris here. You're on where with Buddy?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, I was wondering how you came up with the nickname Playboy.
I got it from Fritz Von Erich in Dallas, Texas, after I trained his son, Kevin Von Erich, the only surviving son of the family. I had his first match. It was my last match as Paul Pershman in Dallas. I was going to Portland, Oregon, and I was in Corpus Christi, Texas, and Terry Funk said, you need another name besides Paul Pershman to draw money. And I said, you're right. And he says, I go to Portland a lot to defend the World Championship. He goes, it's the Rose City. Goes Rose, Bobby Rose, Billy Rose. Well, I like Buddy Wolf, so I used the name Buddy, so Buddy Rose. And then Fritz Von Erich gave me the name Playboy because he said, what do you like to do? I said, I like girls, I like gambling, I like Las Vegas. He says, Playboy. And so it's what stuck. And I asked Gary Hart, who was Playboy Gary Hart at the time, if I could take the name that Fritz just gave me. And he said, yeah, because I'm never going to Portland. Go ahead and take it, and you have my blessing. and I've had it on my whole life.